Hello everyone, hope you all are doing good. I am Anjana from LearnoHub, the free learning platform where you can study math, science and SST absolutely free at learnohub.com. In today's class, we are going to discuss ICSE Class 9 Maths Chapter 2 Compound Interest without using formula. We will understand all the concepts and solve questions from Exercise 2A and Exercise 2B. Are you all ready for this class? Let's start. We'll start today's class with an experience that I had when I was in 12th standard. I got a scholarship of amount rupees 10,000, and what I did was I deposited this amount in the bank. Okay. Then after 1 year, I thought of withdrawing this amount, and what I was expecting is I'll be getting my rupees 10,000 which I had deposited. It was not safe to keep it with me, so I deposited in the bank. But what happened is I got an amount of rupees 11,000 when I withdrew the amount. So what had happened here? And I was wanted to see this extra 1,000 rupees. So what is this extra 1,000 rupees? You all know, right? You have studied it in class 8th. What is this extra 1,000 rupees? This extra 1,000 rupees is the interest. So that day I understood what interest is. If you put or if you deposit money in bank, after some period of time, what happens? It will gain some interest. Okay. You had similar experiences? Yes. So here this extra 1,000 rupees that I have gained is the interest. So you have also studied what simple interest is, and you know how to calculate simple interest. Simple interest, there will be a principal, there will be a time period, and there will be a rate of interest, depending on which you can calculate the interest. So once you are withdrawing an amount, what is happening? The amount that you deposited is gaining an interest, and interest plus the amount that you deposited is what you will receive in return. Similar way, when you take a loan from bank, it is not just the amount that you have taken you will be paying back. What will happen? You will have to pay an extra amount, right? This extra amount is the same interest that you are paying. Okay. So this is a formula which we have studied in class 8 to calculate the simple interest or simply the interest. Simple interest is equal to principal into time into rate of interest divided by 100. Okay. Or simple interest, I is equal to PTR by 100, where P is the principal, T is the time and R is the rate of interest. Now, for example, if the principal is rupees 1,000, time is 1 year and rate of interest is 10%, then what is the simple interest? Simple interest I will be equal to principal into time into rate of interest divided by 100. Okay, that is 1,000 into 1 into 10 divided by 100, cancelling zeros, you will be getting rupees 100. Okay, the simple interest here is rupees 100. The amount, the principal amount will gain an interest of 100 rupees in 1 year if the rate of interest is 10%. The amount, if he is withdrawing at the end of 1 year, the amount will be equal to, total amount that he gets will be equal to principal plus interest. So here it is rupees 1,000 plus rupees 100. That is equal to rupees 1,100. Okay. Now, if the time is not 1 year, if the time is 2 years, in that case, what will be the interest? If time is 2 years, then the interest will be equal to again PTR divided by 100. That is 1,000 into 2 into 10 divided by 100, cancelling zeros. 100 into 2 is 200. So, rupees 200. Okay, then what will be the amount? Here the amount will be equal to, again principal plus interest. Here the principal is rupees 1,000 plus interest rupees 200 equal to rupees 1,200. Okay, so what did you understand? if the time is 1 year for a principal of amount rupees 1000 with a rate of interest of 10%, then the interest will be rupees 100 and the amount will be interest plus principal, which is equal to rupees 1100. If it is for 2 year, we are calculating the interest, then the interest will be equal to rupees 200 and the amount will be equal to principal plus interest 1000 plus 200, which is equal to 1200. So understood how to calculate the simple interest? So for a fixed period of time, we know how to calculate the simple interest. For 1 year, if you are calculating, the simple interest will always be the same for a given rate of interest and for a given principal. But now when it comes to compound interest, this is a new concept. When it comes to compound interest, for each year the compound interest will be changing. Let's see how. They will take the same example. We have calculated the simple interest for a principal of rupees 1000 for a time period 1 year, rate of interest 10%. We got the simple interest to be equal to 100 rupees. Okay, rupees 100. Okay, so for the first year, when you calculate the compound interest, this compound interest will be same as the simple interest. Okay, you will be getting compound interest to be equal to rupees 100. And we can find the amount. Amount will be equal to principal plus interest, which is rupees 1000 plus 100, rupees 1100. Now comes the change. Okay, this is for the first year. When you go to the next year, for second year, if you need to find the compound interest, here what happens is the principal will not be this 1000 rupees, but the amount that we get at the end of the first year, okay, will be the principal for the second year. Here the principal will be rupees 1100. For next 1 year, we are calculating time will be equal to 1 year. And the rate of interest will be the same, which is 10%. Then what is the interest? Interest will be equal to PTR by 100, 1100 into 1 into 10 divided by 100. Cancelling zeros, you will be getting 110. Okay, so rupees 110 is your interest. Interest is rupees 110. If interest is rupees 110, then the amount will be equal to rupees 1100 plus rupees 110. Okay, rupees 110. You will be getting a total of rupees 1210. Okay, 1210. So you can see that the amount has changed. The interest has also changed. Here the compound interest is 100 rupees. Here the compound interest is 110 rupees. So if you are calculating it for the next year, for third year. Now for third year, let's see what happens. Here, now the principal will be the amount for the second year. Amount at the end of second year will be the principal for or the sum for the third year. Okay, that is rupees 1210. Okay, time we are calculating for 1 year. Rate of interest is 10%. Then the interest will be equal to 1210 into 1 into 10 divided by 100. Cancelling zeros, you will be getting rupees 121. Rupees 121. What is the amount? Amount will be equal to principal 1210 plus 121. On adding, you will be getting 1331. So this is the amount. Here again you can see that the compound interest is different in different cases. Now this is how you will be finding the compound interest. Now the total compound interest you can find by adding these. Okay, that is compound interest for the interest for first year plus interest for second year plus the interest for third year. You will be getting the total compound interest. Okay, now in this case, compound interest will be equal to first year, the interest is equal to rupees 100. Okay, rupees 100. Second year, the interest is 110 plus rupees 110. For third year, the interest is rupees 121. So on adding, you will be getting the total compound interest. Here it will be equal to 331. Rupees 331 is the compound interest. Okay, this is one way of finding compound interest. And you have another formula, a simple way to find compound interest, that is the final amount minus initial principal will also give you the same value. Final amount here it is equal to, compound interest is equal to, final amount is rupees 1,331 minus the initial principal, that is a starting sum that is deposited or the amount that is taken as loan. Here it is rupees 1,000. Okay, so minus rupees 1,000. How much do we get? We'll be getting rupees 331. This is the same value. Okay, either you can find the compound interest by adding interest for each year, and the second method is you can just subtract the initial principal from the final amount. Clear? So what is compound interest? Money is said to be lent at compound interest when the interest which has become due at the end of a certain fixed period is not paid to the money lender but is added to the sum lent. You can see here, this is not given to the lender. It is just adding up. This is what happening, and you can find the compound interest using a simple formula, final amount minus initial principal. Clear? Now what is conversion period? So we have calculated interest for each year, for first year, for second year, for third year. Now if we are not calculating for 1 year, you are calculating it for 6 months, or you are calculating it for 3 months. In this case, this 3 months, 6 months or 1 year is called the conversion period. Okay, in each interval, that is 1 year or 6 months or 3 months, what is happening? Each interval, the principal is changing. Okay, in case of simple interest, the principal will remain the same. When it comes to compound interest, we have understood that the principal is changing depending on the interest. Depending on the interest, what is happening? The amount is changing, and this amount will be the principal for next year. Okay, so the period after which the principal changes is called the conversion period. Okay, when interest is compounded yearly, yearly means for first year, for second year, for third year, we are calculating the principal changes every year. We have taken the example rupees 1,000. Initially it was rupees 1,000. It gained an interest of rupees 100. Then what happens? The amount becomes rupees 1,100. This rupees 1,100 becomes the principal for the second year. Again, it gains an interest of 10%. Then what happens? The amount, that interest amount is added to the principal, and we get the principal for the third year. Okay. Now, another case, when interest is compounded half yearly. Half yearly means 6 months. We'll take the same case for 6 months. The principal increases every 6 months. That is, if the principal is rupees 1,000, rate of interest is 10%. And here the time is 6 months. 6 months means 6 months is equal to 6 by 12 years. That is half years. Okay. Here the time is half years. Then what is the interest? Interest will be equal to principal into rate of interest into time divided by 100. Cancelling zeros. 100 divided by 2, that is equal to rupees 50. Here the interest is rupees 50. Okay, for the 6 months it has gained an interest of rupees 50. If the interest is rupees 50, then what is the amount? Amount will be equal to rupees 1,000 plus rupees 50, which is equal to rupees 1,050. Okay, this is the amount, and this amount will now become the principal for the next 6 months. So, for next 6 months, or for second 6 months, or you can say for second half year, the principal will be rupees 1,050. Time will again be half years. And rate of interest is same, 10%. Here the interest will becomes 1,050 into 10 into 1 by 2 divided by 100. Cancelling out zeros, you will be getting 52.50. So, rupees 52.50 is your interest. Then what is the amount? Amount will be equal to principal rupees 1,050 plus interest rupees 52.50. That is rupees 1102.50. That is equal to rupees 1102.50. Okay, and this amount will become the principal for next 6 months. Okay, so understood how it is calculated for half yearly. Now when it becomes quarterly, that is when interest is compounded quarterly, the principal increases every 3 months. 3 months will be equal to 1/4 years. 3 months divided by 12 months, that is equal to 1/4 years. Here what change happens? For this time, here the time becomes 1/4 years, and in the calculation, in place of 1/2, it becomes 1/4, and you can calculate the interest and the amount calculated for the next 3 months, that is next quarter year. Understood? Let us take an example. Rupees 8,000 is lent at 5% compound interest per year for 2 years. Find the amount and the compound interest. So we have to separately find for first year and second year the compound interest, and we have to take the sum of the interest. Okay. Here the principal amount is given. First we will find for interest for first year. For first year, the principal is rupees 8,000. Rate of interest is 5%. Time is 1 year. For first year, we are calculating the interest. Interest I will be equal to principal into rate of interest into time divided by 100. Similar way, we will be finding simple interest also. The same way we are going to find the interest here. Here the principal is 8,000 into rate of interest 5, time 1 divided by 100, cancelling zeros, 80 into 5, which is rupees 400. Okay. For first year, the principal is rupees 8,000 and the interest we have determined, which is rupees 400. Therefore, the amount we can calculate, amount will be equal to principal, that is rupees 8,000 plus interest rupees 400, equal to rupees 8,400. This amount will be the principal for the next year. For second year, principal is equal to rupees 8,400. Rate of interest will be equal to 5%. Time equal to 1 year. Interest will be equal to P into R into T divided by 100 equal to 8,400 into 5 into 1 by 100, cancelling zeros, you will be getting 420. Rupees 420 is the interest. Then what is the amount? Amount will be equal to principal plus interest equal to rupees 8,400 plus rupees 420 equal to rupees 8,820. Okay, amount is rupees 8,820, which is the final amount. Now we can find the compound interest. Compound interest, to get compound interest, we can either add both the interest for first year and the interest for second year. Interest for first year is 400 rupees and interest for second year is rupees 420. That is rupees 820 is the compound interest. Okay, either you can calculate like this or you can find compound interest will be equal to the final amount. Final amount minus initial principal. Final amount minus initial principal. You will get the same value. Here the final amount is 8,820 minus initial principal is 8,000 rupees. 8,000. That is equal to rupees 820. The same value you are getting. Okay. In either way, you can find the compound interest. So here the final amount is 8,820 and the compound interest is 820. Example 2. Find the amount and the compound interest on rupees 10,000 at 8% per annum and 1 year, interest being compounded half yearly. So we have to calculate for first half year and the second half year. Per annum means 1 year. Okay. So here we are given the principal amount P is equal to rupees 10,000. This is for the first half year. For first half year, the principal is rupees 10,000. Then rate of interest is given, which is equal to 8%. Time will be half, that is 6 months. 1 year will have 12 months, 6 by 12, which is equal to 1 by 2 years. Okay, so first we'll calculate the interest. Interest is equal to PTR divided by 100, that is 10,000 into half into 8 whole divided by 100, which is equal to 10,000 into 8 divided by 100 into 2. 2 and 8 can be cancelled. We get 4 here. Zeros can be removed. 100 into 4, which is equal to rupees 400. So here the interest is rupees 400. Now what is the amount? Amount will be equal to principal plus interest. Here the principal is 10,000 plus the interest is 400, which is equal to rupees 10,400. Okay, so we got the amount at the end of the first half year. That is after the end of 6 months. Next, for the second half year. For the second half year, now what will be the principal? Here the principal will be this amount which we have got at the end of the half year. Principal will be rupees 10,400. Rate of interest is same, which is 8%. Time will be half years. Now we calculate the interest. Interest will be equal to again PTR divided by 100. Here P is 10,400 into R is 8. Time is half. Whole divided by 100. Zeros can be cancelled. 2 and 8 can be cancelled. Again 4. We will be getting 416. Rupees 416. So here the interest is rupees 416. Now to calculate the amount will be again principal plus interest. Here the principal is 10,400 plus interest is 416, which is equal to rupees 10,860. Okay, so this is the final amount at the end of 1 year. Here it is compounded half yearly. Remember this. Now we can find what is the compound interest. So compound interest will be equal to, there are two ways to find compound interest, that is to find the interest at the first half year and the interest at the second half year and take the sum. Here for the first half year we got the interest rupees 400 and for the second half year the interest was rupees 416. So the compound interest will be rupees 400 plus 416, which is 816. Either you can find like this or this is equal to, compound interest is equal to final amount at the end of the year minus initial principal. Okay, here what is the final amount? Final amount is equal to, we didn't find the final amount. To get the final amount, we have 10,816. 10,816 minus initial principal. Initial principal is given in the question, that is 10,000. When you subtract, again you will be getting rupees 816. In both these methods, you can find the compound interest. Either by taking the interest for the first half year and finding the interest for second half year and taking the sum of it, or taking the final amount and subtracting the initial principal from it, you will be getting the same answer. Example 3, calculate the difference between the compound interest and simple interest on rupees 4,000 at 8% per annum and in 2 years. Here we have to find simple interest and compound interest separately and take the difference of it. First, let us find the simple interest. Simple interest. Okay, here principal is given. Principal is equal to rupees 4,000. Rate of interest is 8%. Time is 2 years. Then how to find interest? Interest I will be equal to PTR divided by 100. Okay, so this is the formula to find interest. So interest I is equal to P 4000 into R8 time 2 divided by 100, cancelling zeros. 8 2s are 16, 16 into 40 is 640. So rupees 640 is the interest. Okay, so simple interest is equal to rupees 640. Now we can find the compound interest. Compound interest. Okay. To find compound interest, you have to find for first year separately and the second year separately and take the sum. Okay. So first, for first year, principal will be the same. P is equal to rupees 4000. Rate of interest is 8%. Now the time will be 1 year. We are finding the interest for the first year. So time is 1 year. Then the interest will be equal to PTR by 100, that is 4000 into 8 into 1 whole divided by 100. Zeros can be cancelled. 8 into 40, that is 320. Rupees 320 is the interest. Okay, for the first year, rupees 320 is the interest. Now we have to find amount. If you find the amount, you will be getting the principal for the second year. Amount is equal to principal plus interest, that is rupees 4000 plus interest we have calculated, which is rupees 320. Rupees 320. On adding, you will be getting rupees 4320. Okay, we got the amount. Now for second year. For second year, we have principal P is equal to this amount, that is rupees 4320. Time will be 1 year. Rate of interest is same, which is 8%. Then the interest will be equal to again PTR divided by 100. 4320 into 1 into 8 whole divided by 100. So when you calculate, zeros can be cancelled. When you calculate, you will be getting 345.60 rupees. So this is the interest. Okay. Now we'll find the compound interest. Compound interest will be equal to sum of the interest in the first year and the second year. First year it is rupees 320. Second year it is rupees 345.60. That is equal to rupees 665.60. Okay, so this is a compound interest. We have to find the difference between the compound interest and the simple interest. Simple interest is equal to rupees 640 and compound interest is rupees 665.60, which means compound interest is greater than the simple interest. Therefore, the difference will be equal to, difference is equal to compound interest minus simple interest, that is rupees 665.60 minus rupees 640. You will be getting rupees 25.60. So this is the difference between the compound interest and simple interest. Clear? Example 4. A man invests rupees 46,875 at 4% per annum compound interest for 3 years. Calculate the interest for first year, the amount standing to his credit at the end of second year, and the interest for the third year. So first part of the question, we have to find the interest for first year. Okay, here the principal P is equal to rupees 46,875. Rate of interest R is equal to 4%. Time is 3 years. So here we are going to find for the first part of the question, for first year. Okay, for first year we are going to find, therefore time will be 1 year. What is the interest? Interest is PTR divided by 100, which is equal to P 46,875 into 4 into 1 divided by 100. When you calculate, you will be getting rupees 1,875. Okay, so this is the first part of the question. We are getting interest to be equal to 1875. Now we can find the amount. Amount is equal to principal plus interest. Here the principal is rupees 46,875 plus rupees 1,875. When you add, you will be getting 48,750. Okay, rupees 48,750 is the amount. Now the second part of the question, we have to find the amount standing to his credit at the end of second year. For the second year. Okay, for second year, what is the principal? Principal will be the amount at the end of first year, which is rupees 48,750. Rate of interest will be the same, which is 4%. Time is 1 year. Now we can find the interest. Here the interest will be PTR divided by 100, which is equal to 48,750 into 4 into 1 divided by 100. So when you calculate, you will be getting rupees 1,950. Okay, so we have found the interest. Here the interest is rupees 1,950. We have to find the amount in this case. How to find amount once you get the interest? Amount will be equal to principal plus interest, which is rupees 48,750 plus rupees 1,950. When you add, you will be getting rupees 50,700. Okay, 50,700 is the amount standing to his credit at the end of second year. So second part of the question is also complete. Now the third part, we have to find the interest for the third year. To find the interest for third year. For third year, what is the principal? Principal will be this amount, which is rupees 50,700. What about rate of interest? Rate of interest is same, 4%. Time will be 1 year. Then the interest will be equal to PTR by 100. 50,700 into 4 into 1 whole divided by 100. Zeros gets cancelled. So when you calculate, you will be getting rupees 2,028. Okay, so here we are asked to find only the interest, not the amount. The interest for the third year. Interest for third year will be equal to rupees 2,028. Okay, so the first part of the question, the interest for the first year, interest for first year is rupees 1,875. The amount standing to his credit at the end of second year, which is equal to rupees 50,700. And the third part of the question, the interest for the third year, interest for third year is rupees 2,028. Okay. Let us now solve problems from exercise 2A. Problem 1, question 2 of exercise 2A. Calculate the amount and the compound interest on the first part, rupees 6,000 in 3 years at 5% per year. Okay, here this is a direct question. We have the principal given. Principal is equal to rupees 6,000. Rate of interest is 5%. Time. We are calculating for the first year. For first year, time will be 1 year. Interest will be equal to PTR by 100, which is 6,000 into 5 into 1 divided by 100. Zeros can be cancelled. 60 into 5 is equal to 300. So interest is rupees 300. Then what is the amount? Amount will be equal to principal plus interest. Here the principal is rupees 6,000 plus interest is rupees 300. That is equal to rupees 6,300. Okay, so amount is equal to rupees 6,300. Okay, now we have got the amount. This amount will be the principal for the next year. For second year, principal is equal to rupees 6,300. Rate of interest will be the same, which is 5%, and time is 1 year. Interest is equal to PTR by 100. Zeros gets cancelled. 63 into 5 you will be getting rupees 350. Here the interest is rupees 350. Now the amount is equal to again principal plus interest. Here the principal is rupees 6,300 plus rupees 315, that is equal to rupees 6,615. Okay, rupees 6,615 is the amount. Now this amount will be the principal for the next year, that is third year. For third year, principal is equal to rupees 6,650. Okay, rate of interest is again 5%. Time is equal to 1 year. Then the interest will be equal to, we have to find the compound interest and the amount. Interest will be equal to PTR divided by 100, 6,615 into 5 into 1 divided by 100. When you calculate, you will be getting rupees 330.75. 330.75 is the interest. Then what is the amount? Amount will be equal to principal plus interest 6,615 plus 330.75, which is equal to rupees 6,945.75. Okay, so this is the amount at the end of third year. So we got the amount. Now to find the compound interest will be equal to, you can add the interest at the end of first year, that is first year interest, second year interest, third year interest, or take the final amount here at the end of third year minus initial principal. Here the final amount is rupees 6,945.75 minus initial principal is equal to 6,000, rupees 6,000. That is equal to rupees, when you subtract, you will be getting 945.75. Okay. So the compound interest is rupees 945.75. Clear? Second part, here the principal is 8,000, time is 2.5 years at 15%, rate of interest is 15%. So let's start. Principal P is equal to rupees 8,000. So first we are finding for first year. For first year, principal is rupees 8,000. Rate of interest is 15%. Time will be 1 year. Then the interest will be equal to PTR by 100. That is 8,000 into 15 into 1 divided by 100. Zeros gets cancelled. 15 into 8 will be equal to rupees 1,200. You will be getting rupees 1,200 as the interest. If the interest is rupees 1,200, then the amount will be equal to principal plus interest, which is equal to principal is rupees 8,000 plus interest rupees 1,200. That is rupees 9,200. So we got the amount for the first year. Okay. Now we'll find for second year. For second year, here for second year, what is the principal? Principal will be the amount at the end of first year, that is rupees 9,200. Okay, principal is rupees 9,200. Then the rate of interest is same, which is 15%, and time will be 1 year. Okay, then the interest will be equal to PTR by 100, 9,200 into 15 into 1 whole divided by 100, zeros gets cancelled, 92 into 15, you will be getting rupees 1,380. Okay, rupees 1,380 is the interest. Now how to find the amount? Amount is again principal plus interest, which is equal to, here the principal is rupees What is amount? Amount will be equal to principal plus interest. Here the principal is rupees 9,200 and the interest we have determined, which is rupees 1,380. On adding, you will be getting rupees 10,580. 10,580 is the amount. This amount will be the principal for the next year. For third year, principal is equal to rupees 10,580. Rate of interest is same 15%. Time will be 1 year. Interest is equal to. Now here we have 2.5 years. First year is over, second year is over. We have to find the next half year. Okay. So for next half year, principal will be the amount at the end of second year. Principal P is equal to rupees 10,580. Time will be half years. Rate of interest is same, which is 15%. Okay. Then the interest will be equal to PTR by 100. 10,580 into 15 into half divided by 100. So when you calculate, you will be getting the interest to be equal to rupees 793.50. Okay. And the amount will be equal to, what will be the amount? You have to add this interest to the principal, rupees 10,580 plus rupees 793.50, which is equal to rupees 11,373.50. So we got the amount. Next we have to find the compound interest. Compound interest will be equal to final amount minus initial principal. Here the final amount is rupees 11,375.50 minus initial principal is rupees 8,000. So on subtracting, you will be getting rupees 3,375.50. So this rupees 3,375.50 is the compound interest. Okay, you can find like this or add these. The first interest, that is 1,200. The second interest, which is 1,380. And the third interest, which is 793.50. So on adding all these three, you will be getting the same value, that is 3,375.50. Second problem, question 5 of exercise 2A. Calculate the compound interest for the second year on rupees 8,000 invested for 3 years at 10% per annum. Here what is the principal? The principal is rupees 8,000. Rate of interest is 10%. We have to calculate the compound interest for the second year. So first we'll find for first year. For first year, time will be equal to, as usual, 1 year. What is interest? Interest is equal to PTR divided by 100, which is 8,000 into 10 into 1 divided by 100, which is rupees 800. Then what is the amount? Amount is principal plus interest, rupees 8,000 plus rupees 800, which is equal to rupees 8,800. Okay, we got the amount rupees 8,800. Now for second year, we have to find the interest for second year. For second year, principal is equal to this amount, which is the amount at the end of first year, rupees 8,800. Rate of interest is same, which is 10%. Time will be equal to 1 year. Okay, then the interest will be PTR by 100, 8,800 into R is 10, time 1 divided by 100, cancelling zeros, you get rupees 880. Okay, we just need to find the compound interest for second year. For second year, the compound interest is rupees 880. Problem number 3, question 9 of exercise 2A. Govind borrows rupees 18,000 at 10% simple interest. He immediately invests the money borrowed at 10% compound interest compounded half yearly. How much money does Govind gain in 1 year? To find his gain, we have to subtract the simple interest from the compound interest. After finding compound interest at the end of 1 year, you have to subtract the simple interest which we have obtained and you will be getting his gain. So first we'll find what the simple interest is. Simple interest. To get the simple interest, the principal P is equal to rupees 18,000. Rate of interest R is equal to 10%. Time will be equal to 1 year. Simple interest is equal to PTR divided by 100, which is 18,000 into 10 into 1 divided by 100. Cancelling zeros, you will be getting rupees 1,800. This is a simple interest. Next, we'll have to find the compound interest. To find the compound interest, okay, for first half year. Why we are taking half year? Because it is given that compounded half yearly, first 6 months and then the next 6 months. For first half year, the principal amount will be equal to rupees 18,000. Okay, the given amount. Then rate of interest is same, that is 10%. Time will be equal to half year we are finding, so half. Okay, half year. Interest will be equal to 18,000 into 10 into half divided by 100. Cancelling zeros, 2 and 1,800 when cancel, you will be getting rupees 900. So, rupees 900 is the interest. Then what is the amount? Amount will be equal to principal plus interest. 18,900 you will be getting. That is 18,000 is the principal and interest is rupees 900. Therefore, rupees 18,900 is the amount. This amount will be the principal for next half year. For second half year, will be having principal equal to rupees 18,900. Rate of interest is same, 10%, and time will be next half year, so half. Okay, the interest will be equal to, interest is equal to principal 18,900 into 10 into half divided by 100. Cancelling zeros, you will be getting rupees 945. Rupees 945 is the interest. Then what is the amount? Principal is equal to 18,900 plus 945 is the interest. On adding, you will be getting rupees 19,845. Okay, rupees 19,845 is the final amount. So, we got the final amount. Subtracting this final amount from the initial principal, you will be getting the compound interest. Here the compound interest is equal to final amount 19,845 minus initial principal, which is 18,000, that is equal to rupees 1,845. Okay, compound interest is rupees 1,845. Okay, now what is this gain? To get the gain, we have to subtract the simple interest from the compound interest. Rupees 1,845 minus rupees 1,800. Why is he having gain? Because here the compound interest is greater. Compound interest amount is greater than the simple interest amount. Yes. So that is equal to rupees 45. So rupees 45 is Govind's gain. Okay. Next, problem number 4. We are doing questions from exercise 2B. Question 3 of exercise 2B. A sum of money is lent at 8% per annum compound interest. If the interest for the second year exceeds that for the first year by rupees 96, find the sum of money. So here we are going to take the sum of money as some 100 rupees. Okay. So we are just assuming. Let the sum of money be rupees 100. Okay, principal is rupees 100. Rate of interest is given 8%. If the interest for second year exceeds that for first year, so we have to calculate the interest for first year and that for second year. For first year, what will be the interest? Interest will be equal to principal, that is 100, rate of interest 8, number of years, time is 1, divided by 100, cancelling we get rupees 8. So interest is rupees 8 for the first year. What about the amount? Amount will be equal to principal plus interest, rupees 100 plus rupees 8, which is rupees 108. We got the amount. Now for the second year. For second year, principal will be this amount, that is amount at the end of first year, which is rupees 108. Time will be 1 year. Rate of interest will be the same, that is 8%. Okay. Then the interest will be equal to principal into time into rate of interest whole divided by 100. 108 into 8, you will be getting 864 divided by 100, which is equal to rupees 8.64. Okay, 8.64 is the interest. Now, it is given that if the interest for second year exceeds that for first year by rupees 96. What is the difference in this case? Difference between interest for second year and first year. Difference will be equal to rupees 8.64 minus rupees 8, which is equal to 0.64. So we understand that if the difference is 0.64, in that case the principal will be rupees 100. Okay. When difference is rupees 0.64, sum of money or the principal, sum of money will be equal to rupees 100. We have taken this, we have assumed rupees 100 as the sum of money. Okay, now the difference we are given, difference is given to be 96. When difference is 96, or when you take, when difference is rupees 96, then what will be the sum of money? Sum of money will be equal to, how much do we get? 100 divided by 0.64 into 96. Okay. The similar problems we will be solving, like for example, if for 2 rupees you will be getting 10 apple, then what is the number of apples for 6 rupees? How do you calculate? 10 divided by 2 into 6 times, then you will be getting 30. So this is how you will find. The same thing we are using here. So when you calculate this, you will be getting the final answer. Okay. So when you calculate this, you will be getting rupees 15,000. So this 15,000 is a sum of money. Here what we have done, if you have, let's say for 2 rupees, you will be getting 5 apples. Then what is the number of apples for 6 rupees? How to find? You will be doing 5 divided by 2 into 6. So on cancelling, you will be getting 15. Okay, same thing we have used here. If the difference is 0.64, then the sum is 100. If the difference becomes 96, then what is the sum? 100 divided by 0.64 into this, that is 96. So you will be getting rupees 15,000. Problem number 5, question 6 of exercise 2B. On a certain sum of money, the difference between the compound interest for a year payable half yearly and the simple interest for a year is rupees 180. Find the sum lent out if the rate of interest in both the cases is 10% per annum. Here we have to find the initial principal. To find the initial principal, in such questions what we do? We assume that the principal is rupees 100. Let principal be rupees 100. First we have to find the simple interest. Given principal is equal to rupees 100. Rate of interest is 10%. Time equal to 1 year. Interest, simple interest will be equal to PTR by 100, which is equal to 100 into 10 into 1 by 100, which is rupees 10. Okay, simple interest is rupees 10. Now we have to find the compound interest. Here to find compound interest, we are given that it is for half yearly, compounded half yearly. Therefore, for first half year, the principal will be same, which is rupees 100. Rate of interest is 10%. And time will be equal to 6 months, that is half year. Interest is equal to PTR by 100. Cancelling, you will be getting rupees 5. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now what is the amount? Amount will be equal to the principal rupees 100 plus rupees 5, which is rupees 105. Okay, we got the amount. This amount will be the principal for next half year. For second half year, principal is equal to rupees 105. Rate of interest is same, 10%. Time is equal to half. Interest is equal to 105 into 10 into half divided by 100. 0 gets cancelled. 105 divided by 2, you will be getting 52.5 divided by 10, which is rupees 5.25. Okay, this is the interest. Then what is the amount? Amount will be equal to principal rupees 105 plus interest rupees 5.25, which is equal to rupees 110.25. So the amount is rupees 110.25. Now what is the compound interest then? Compound interest will be equal to final amount 110.25 minus initial principal that we have taken, which is rupees 100. 100 equal to rupees 10.25. So here what is the difference between the simple interest and compound interest? Difference, compound interest minus simple interest is equal to 10.25 minus simple interest we have calculated, which is equal to rupees 10. 10, that is rupees 0.25. Okay, here the difference is rupees 0.25. Now, when difference is rupees 0.25, we know we have taken the sum is equal to rupees 100. Now, I am asking, when difference becomes rupees 1, what will be the sum? Sum will be equal to rupees 100 divided by 0.25. Okay. Now here the difference is 180. When difference is rupees 180, what will be the sum? Sum will be equal to, for rupees 1, it is 100 divided by 0.25 into rupees 180. 180, when you calculate, you will be getting 72,000. Okay. So the sum or the principal amount which is lent out is equal to rupees 72,000. Clear? Here we have the last problem for today, problem number 6, question 9 of exercise 2B. A man saves rupees 3000 every year and invests it at the end of the year at 10% compound interest. Calculate the total amount of his savings at the end of third year. So here, first year, the savings is rupees 3000. This 3000 he invests for the second year. So, savings at the end of first year is equal to rupees 3000. This 3000 he is going to invest for the second year. So, for second year, what will be the principal? Principal will be equal to this amount that he saved for first year. That is rupees 3000. What is the rate of interest? Here the rate of interest is 10%. Time will be 1 year. Then the interest will be equal to PTR by 100, which is 3000 into 10 into 1 by 100. Cancelling zeros, you will be getting rupees 300. Interest is rupees 300. Then what is the amount? Amount will be equal to principal plus interest, which is rupees 3000 plus rupees 300 equal to rupees 3300. Okay, rupees 3300 is the amount at the end of second year. Now he will always save 3000 every year. Okay, so this 3000 will also be there for the next year. Savings at the end of second year will be equal to rupees 3000. Okay, so this savings plus this amount will give you the principal for the next year. For third year, principal is equal to rupees 3300 plus the savings amount rupees 3000, which is rupees 6300. Now we can find the interest. Interest will be equal to principal 6300 into time 1 year, rate of interest 10%, divided by 100, cancelling zeros, you will be getting rupees 630. Then what is the amount? Principal plus interest, which is rupees 6300 plus rupees 630. We get rupees 6930. Rupees 6930. Okay. Now we have to find the amount at the end of third year. So here he had 3000 at the end of first year. At the end of second year, he had savings 3000 and this amount 3300. Now at the end of third year, what happens? He will have this amount and the saved amount 3000. Savings will be savings at the end of third year will be again equal to rupees 3000. Okay, therefore the amount at the end of third year will be equal to this amount rupees 6930 plus the saved amount rupees 3000, which is equal to rupees 9930. Okay, so this is the total amount that he is having at the end of the third year. That's all for today. In today's class, we have studied how to find compound interest without using formula with examples and solved many questions from exercise 2A and 2B. There are other questions left which you can solve on your own. I'll be back in the next session. Until then, stay tuned to LearnoHub. LearnoHub free hai, par best hai. Thank you.